So today I want to talk about Pep. Let's talk about Pep Guardiola. To so many people, the greatest coach of all time, right? And rightfully so. Look at what he's won. With Barca, he won everything. Bayern, I guess he just missed the Champions League. Man City, he won everything. Just recently won the treble with Man City, which is insane. But in recent times, he has kind of started to fall off. So my question is Guardiola washed? Because he's coming off of a season last year where he went trophyless. Man City went trophyless. For the first time I can ever remember, Pep Guardiola went trophyless. And that's something not a lot of people talked about. And you look at this season, and he's 9 points behind first place Arsenal. Granted, they have a game in hand, and they still have to play Arsenal. But 9 points in, 7 matches left? That's crazy. It's pushing it really, really hard. And yes, they have the Carabao Cup final, is it? Yeah, they have the EFL Cup final this Sunday against Arsenal. So I guess they could win that, and he could win a trophy this season, right? But if he doesn't win that, if they lose that game, and they don't win the Prem, they just got knocked out of the Champions League, then he's gonna go trophyless for a second year in a row. For a coach like Guardiola, that is significant, and that is worrying, because today you just got eliminated out of the Champions League by Real Madrid. And you got eliminated embarrassingly. First leg, it was 3-0. All this talk about the comeback, la remontada, the comeback, this and that, right? And yes, granted, the game today was insane. First 20 minutes, Man City was attacking. Courtois was saving, save. It looked good, right? It looked like they were going to do something at least. At least score a goal and take it to maybe extra time. And then Bernardo Silva sticks out his hand. To be fair, his elbow gets a straight red card, a penalty, and I mean, the game's over. Right? What could you do there? For that, I don't really blame Pep for today's game, because I mean, you can only do so much being down by 4 goals after the penalty, and being down to only 10 men. Like, how could you come back from that? So I don't really blame Pep for today's match, but overall, the first match, I mean, Man City had their chances, but they didn't do nothing. And Haaland has been looking a shadow of himself. It took him until today to score a goal. He had been goalless for a while now. And you remember Haaland back in the day used to look like a fucking robot, scoring every game, if not every other game. And he was going through a little drought until he scored today. But my biggest worry is what's next for Pep. You know? Let's say things don't work out this season. Let's say Man City go trophyless. They don't win anything. What happens next? You know? Do the fans start turning on Pep? Which I don't think they should. I don't think they will. But what happens? Does he leave? Does he not? Does he stay? What's the bigger picture here? Because if Pep leaves, what is next for City? They've known nothing but Pep for a while. Till what is it, 10 years now, maybe? Nothing but Pep? What does he do after that? Because when did he come in? Yeah, he came in 2016, so it's been 10 years now of just pure Pep. And they've won, and they won Prems. Yes, plenty of Prems. 6 Prems. Five Prems. 6, 7 Prems. And what does Man City do after that? And what does Pep do after that? Does he retire? What other team can he go to? Like, honestly, what other team can you see Pep going to? Because I can't see him anywhere else. Does he go manage at the national level? Maybe Spain? What does he do next? Because, I don't know. I feel like mostly this season, out of all the seasons, is Pep's Man City's worst season. Like, you see some of the games, man, they just tied against fucking relegation West Ham. and they got destroyed by Real Madrid last week. So this is looking like this is the worst I've ever seen Pep. The most washed I've ever seen Pep. Because he's been found out. His team plays nothing. Everybody knows how to play against Pep now. Pep's system, you've seen it, is not working anymore. People that used to play with Pep's style, they don't play with Pep's style anymore. Or they adapt it to their own way. So my question is Pep washed? Because I think he might be. And you know I'm a Real Madrid fan, so hey, Pep has caused me a lot of harm. But at the end of the day, man, everything has to come to an end, right? I mean, look at Mourinho. He's washed now. And it's only right for Pep's system to be what? It worked for what, 15 plus years since he was at Barca? His system worked at Bayern, even though they didn't win no Champions League, but his system clearly worked at City, and I think everything comes to an end. And to be honest, I think Pep's time is up. Especially if they don't win anything this season, I think his time is up at City. I think he will probably leave by his own accord this summer if they don't win anything, and I think that's it for Pep, man. His system has been found out. Teams aren't playing with Pep's system anymore because teams have moved on. The game has evolved. They don't play the same style that we used to with Pep. And it's now easier than ever to find out and to play against this system of Pep. You know? But man, I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see at the end of the season what happens, because Man City has to do, if Pep leaves, Man City has to do a rebuild. Will Haaland leave? You know, this is a big question as well at the end of this season. If Pep leaves, is Haaland leaving? What's going on with him? But man, it's gonna be crazy. These last couple games, especially in the Prem, are gonna be insane. That EFL Cup is gonna be crazy, and let's see what happens, man. Maybe Pep pulls it back, you know. But hey, man, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, share the video, and thank you guys for watching, man.